This morning on DC News Now, police looking for this man after they say he stole an ambulance in Fairfax County. How he's believed to be connected to a major crash earlier in the day. Plus, gunfire caught on camera, neighbors speaking out after bullets hit multiple homes in Southeast. Seasonable temperatures with sunny skies ahead, when you could expect warmer air to reach the DMV. And a Virginia teacher brings home a Grammy.
I'm still processing it. I know my face is on a billboard back in Texas where I'm originally from now, which is where my friend was driving. She was like, I saw your face up and I almost swerved into oncoming traffic.
How she is using the classroom to teach more than just music.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
All right, 8 o'clock on this Tuesday morning, taking a live look here. As you can see, it's not a bad start as we get this day going. Things looking pretty good. Good morning to you. Thanks for joining us on DC News Now. I'm Corey James.
And I'm Shanika Grimshaw filling in for Tanaya Wright. I'm definitely going to check on your commute, but first we want to talk to Jackie about this weather today. It's looking pretty outside, actually.
It does look quite nice out there. Calm conditions, sun-filled skies. Temperatures, though, just off to a cold start again. Many of us are starting off in the 20s, some of us even into the lower 30s. We did see a few teens out there this morning, and we're seeing that back over towards Woodstock, Luray, as well as Manassas. But in terms of temperatures right now, lower 30s in D.C. We're mid-20s in Hagerstown, Martinsburg. We're at 25 degrees right now in Manassas, and upper 20s down towards Fredericksburg. High pressure, it is with us, and that's continuing to provide us with the mainly clear skies out there this morning. And in terms of those highs today, upper 40s. I'll have more details coming up. Shanika, how are those roads?
All right, we're going to head over to 270. This is right out of Clarksburg. We're seeing some delays out there. And you're seeing heavy delays through Germantown and Gaithersburg. We have a crash right near Shady Grove Road, exit 8. So if you're heading southbound, you're definitely going to get caught up in that mess. Now, if you want to avoid that, you can take 355 through, and you can get back on 270. 270 does look a bit slow through Bethesda as well, and over in the 270 spur. You're really heavy on the top side, and this is on the outer loop stretch past 650.
Developing now, Prince George's County Police are investigating a shooting on South Lakes Drive at Bowie last night. Police say they found a man dead inside a vehicle when they arrived. Now, this is an ongoing investigation. If you have any information about what happened, you're asked to contact police. Also developing now, police are searching for a man they say stole an ambulance from a hospital in Fairfax last night.
They say that same man was also riding in a stolen vehicle that was involved in a crash on I-66 that injured 5 people earlier that afternoon. We have our DC News Now. It's Candace Cole. She's live in Annandale with more. Good morning, Candace.
Good morning, guys. This whole thing unfolded like a scene out of a movie. Fairfax County Police say one of the men involved in that crash on I-66 that you were just talking about was being treated here at Inova Fairfax Hospital for injuries when all of a sudden he got up and decided he was going to make a run for it. He stole an ambulance with the IV still dangling out of his arm. Take a look at your screen. That's a picture of 32-year-old Ricky Lowe of Manassas. Fairfax County Police say he's suspected of stealing a private medical transport ambulance while still wearing his hospital gown. Police say Rowe had been among those injured in a single car crash just after noon on Monday at the on-ramp to get onto I-66. According to police, the vehicle carrying 4 men and 1 woman had been reported stolen near Fair Oaks Mall en Route 50, and when the driver saw police, he hit the gas. All 5 were taken to the hospital. 1 has life-threatening injuries, and the ambulance was recovered just before 9:30 p.m. Monday. Now, police are still investigating that crash that happened on I-66, and they say that they recovered drugs and 2 firearms, including a rifle, from that stolen vehicle. Of course, this whole situation raises real concerns over security at hospitals and how Lowe was able to escape. They say if you see him out on the street, call 911. Reporting live in Annandale, Candace Cole, DC News Now.
Candace, thank you. That's a good point there. Very scary situation. A Virginia community is coming together to honor a beloved firefighter killed in the line of duty.
45-year-old Trevor Brown was killed in a house explosion Friday night. That explosion also injured 10 other firefighters and 2 people living nearby. Neighbors paid tribute by laying flowers near the volunteer fire company yesterday. We spoke with a neighbor whose family paid tribute, and he says coping with Friday night's explosion will be hard.
It's definitely going to be hard to drive by or walk by that area and just always have the thought in the back of our head of what happened.
And Brown was also remembered on the Virginia Senate floor Monday. Senator Suhas Subramaniam praised Brown and other first responders for their heroism.
And that explosion, that is believed to be caused by a leaking underground propane tank. Fire officials say it's important to know your gas system so you'll know the warning signs.
Is it underground, above ground, where it's at, who your gas service provider is. All of those contacts are going to be super important to have access to. But ultimately, what you really want to do is that rotten egg or that foul smell that is a chemical that's added to the gas so people know that there's a leak.
We expect to learn new details about the house explosion in Sterling as officials continue to investigate. We'll bring you the latest both here on the air and online at dcnewsnow.com.
And Loudoun County Public Schools will have extra counselors on hand today at affected schools. Now, there will also be members of the United Mental Health team who can speak with students who might need some help with any questions about the incident or difficulties that they might be having. Families looking for extra resources can visit the LCPS Student Mental Health Services page. And for now, if you are interested in helping the first responders and their families who have been impacted, just take a look at your screen here. These are some of the government emails that will get you in contact with officials to donate resources for Loudoun County Fire and Rescue. You can also make a donation to Loudoun First Responders Foundation. The organization's website is lfrf.org.
And staying in Virginia, Alexandria police say 4 construction workers were shocked yesterday. It happened yesterday morning near Old Creek Homes. 3 workers were transported to the hospital, and the 4th worker was treated on site. 2 have life-threatening injuries, and 1 is in stable condition. DC News Now spoke with a man who lived nearby the site.
The police, they shut down the street, everything. I'm wondering what's going on. I heard, people got electrocuted. I hope everything is good with them.
Representatives from the construction company and Consumers Energy say they have finished their preliminary investigation. However, it's not clear how the workers were shocked. In big news in the district this morning, the Washington Nationals are no longer for sale. The team's owners, the Lerner family, ending the search after having the team on the market for nearly 2 years. According to the Washington Post, the owners are saying now is not the time or place for a sale. The Lerner family brought the Nationals back in 2006 when they were valued at $450 million. According to Forbes, the team is worth $2 billion. And your time now is 8:07. Virginia's Senate Finance Committee releasing a proposed budget plan for the upcoming fiscal year.
Yeah, that plan released on Sunday does not include any funding for a sports arena in Potomac Yard. Now, the sports arena would have paved the way for the Washington Wizards and Capitals to move to Virginia. There are concerns, though, around using Virginia taxpayer dollars for the plan. The funding proposal is still in its early stages.
Only looking to have land enough to build a larger facility, but at whose expense? And I'm not willing to give them a damn dime to come to Virginia.
If you have a team here, you should really try to support them and support the local culture. I think that's very important, especially, it's the nation's capital, you know what I mean?
Meantime, the House did include funding for the Arena District in its proposal. The 2 chambers will now work to negotiate a deal before the legislative session ends next month. DC News Now reached out to Monumental for comment. In a statement, the agency says, quote, "We continue to have detailed and productive conversations with legislators in both chambers," adding, quote, "We are encouraged the House of Delegates has now passed legislation and budget language on a bipartisan basis to help make this monumental opportunity a reality."
And Virginia Democrats rejecting parts of Governor Glenn Youngkin's proposed budget. They've unveiled proposed budgets in both state and House and Senate. So neither of those proposed budgets include key pieces of Youngkin's tax proposal, which the governor said would amount to a $1 billion tax cut for Virginians. Instead, Democrats keeping just a portion of Youngkin's plan. That would require consumers pay a tax sale on digital goods like streaming services.
So in order for us to pay for our priorities, we've got to have the money coming from somewhere to pay for them. So this is what is required for us to do what we need to do for the citizens of the Commonwealth.
Government is insatiable, and I think our colleagues on the other side are never at a loss for trying to spend money. So going out and finding extra money certainly seemed like the way to do it, and they didn't waste any time.
Governor Youngkin responded to the two budget proposals, saying Virginians can't afford another tax increase.
Happening today, Maryland State House will hold a hearing on a fire safety bill. Now, this bill is named after Melanie Diaz. She died in an apartment fire in Silver Spring over a year ago. Now, the bill would establish requirements for installing fire safety equipment in certain high-rise buildings. It would also establish a work group who would develop best practices for high-rise buildings built before 1974. Now, that group would be required to report its findings and recommendations by the end of the year. And another bill in Maryland State House today would impact the resale of tickets. The bill would stop people from reselling tickets at a higher price than the initial cost. It would also place limits on the fees that resellers may charge when buying a ticket. A similar bill is working its way through Maryland's Senate.
In Montgomery County, the Board of Education is holding a public hearing tonight to consider changing or cutting programs for the next fiscal year. We told you about this story last week. The programs they're considering changing include the Virtual Academy, Innovative Schools, and the Leader in Me program. However, the board says these are not the only programs potentially changing. The public meeting starts at 6. Also, in Montgomery County, the Department of Transportation is holding a meeting tomorrow. Now, this is part of their Safe Routes to School program. The meeting will present designs to improve safety in the Forest Knolls Elementary School area. The meeting will be held at Forest Knolls Elementary School, and the department is encouraging the public to look over the project. Online registration is optional. And commuters can expect street closures and emergency no parking today as the district hosts the National Governors Association winter meetings. Road closures will start at 1 this afternoon and last until Sunday. They'll be on 12th Street between L and Massachusetts Avenue and on L Street between 9th and 10th Street. No parking measures go into effect starting at noon, and those will take place on 9th, 10th, and L Streets. DC police say you should expect delays in surrounding areas.